he uses this expression, and tells us that there's a problem. The people of God, not the people of the heathen nations, not the Hittites or the Amalekites or other nations in that time. But he said in verse 13, therefore my people, and emphasize that, my people. So there's a difference in God's people and the people of the world. Therefore, my people are gone into captivity because they have become enslaved or in bondage because, and he gives the reason, they have no knowledge. And their priesthood was not able to help them because he said their honorable men are famished. They themselves are dying for lack of knowledge or lack of understanding. And then all of Israel, their multitude, that they should be ministering to, these honorable men, that's ministry, and their multitude dried up with thirst. In other words, Israel itself was not drinking properly or eating properly before God. Now, when you dissect the scriptures, take each part of it and understand each part. Captivity is bondage. The people of God was Israel, and today it is still Israel, only in that Israel now is both Jew and Gentile, and will continue to be both Jew and Gentile. There will never be a time when God will address just one nation again as his people, but all nations now, all nations have been made to drink into that one blood. And then knowledge is level of understanding. It is not practiced knowledge, it's level of understanding. Knowledge that is practiced becomes wisdom. And they could not have wisdom because they had no knowledge. And you cannot have wisdom without knowledge. They're twins, and knowledge is foremost. I've often thought people judge people sometimes and say, why did they do that? Why are they like that? Well, because they have no knowledge. So, and when you say they have no wisdom, well, they couldn't have wisdom without knowledge. And wisdom is the practical application of knowledge. You can have knowledge and not have wisdom, but you cannot have wisdom and not have knowledge. You get that? See, you can have knowledge and not have wisdom. I've seen very knowledgeable people in my lifetime, but they had no wisdom. They didn't know how to apply their knowledge. They didn't know how to make their knowledge work for them, so that they were people of knowledge and wisdom. In the book of James, it does not say, if in the first chapter, if any man lack knowledge, let him ask of God, who giveth to every man liberally and upbraideth not. But he said, if any man lack wisdom, well, that's because you cannot be taught wisdom. You may think you can, but you cannot be taught wisdom. You can be taught knowledge. And if then you fail to apply knowledge, you will have no wisdom. Because it's the application. I can't teach you wisdom. I can teach you knowledge, but I can't teach you wisdom. And that's why he said, but if any man lack wisdom, let him ask of God, who giveth to every man liberally and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. So That's what he was saying here, that Israel was in bondage because they had no knowledge. And what was he speaking about knowledge? Well, because knowledge, you and I cannot have all knowledge. It would be impossible for any one person, one created man or woman, to have all knowledge. That would place them on level with God, because God alone is the source of all knowledge, all wisdom. He alone is omnipotent. Now, I can have knowledge in the category that it saves me or retains me or keeps me where I'm not destroyed by self. The first person that destroys you and the last person that destroys you will be self. Not someone else's self, but yourself. Others can contribute hurt, pain, woe, agony, but they cannot destroy you, because you alone will give access to the destroyer, and the destroyer is the serpent or the devil or Satan, not the dragon, because the dragon is a system, a collective body of people. The serpent is the individual. Satan is the individual that lies in residence in my cranium, my mental powers, serpent, devil, Satan. But the dragon is the system of collective evil. Find the dragon in the 12th chapter of Revelation. Now, when it's dealing with all four of those titles, I'm scattering some thoughts here, stir your mind up. In Revelation 20, isn't it? 20, when he lays hold, when the great chain, the angel, which is Christ, takes the great chain, the interlinked multiplication of the total Word of God, resident in 144,000 links in that chain. See, the chain is the Word of God, but it's resident in 144,000 overcomers, selected from, elected from the populace of the earth, from Abel until the coming of Christ. That's where the chain is made up from. 6,000 years, God takes links of overcomers and links them together, and when he finishes the chain, it is 144,000 links in there of overcomers that are selected and the elect of God, and then they are put around the devil and Satan. See, the angel takes the key, because the angel has the key to the bottomless pit. David, Christ, has the keys of David. And the keys of David is the knowledge of the Old and the New Testament. That's the keys of David. And Christ has that. He's the angel. He's the seventh angel in the book of Revelation. He, in the 16th chapter, I believe, that he's the seventh angel. And the perfected angel of God, the finished angel, the angel of God. You got that, Sister Beth? So this angel now, in Revelation 20, he comes down from heaven. When does he come down from heaven? When he comes again.